So today I am going to present my third assignment of Technotrade. So let's begin. So coming to the first question, that is, what is the use of .pem file and why it is required? So .pem stands for your privacy enhanced mail file. So basically it was designed for your your early 90s. It was designed for your mail. Then after it was discarded and it was not into use. So after that and currently it's used for your applications where privacy is required, that like your where you just need to make a purchase there for the payment details. You need to have your security, so the websites or your web hosting, you can say your servers, got these certificates from the certificate authority after they are being after they are being verified as legitimate and secure. They are given these certificates by your certificate authority of the servers, that it is a 64 encoded text file, where you can simply have you can copy down the p.pme file into your text editor, and thereby you can see it has an RSA key, that RSA algorithm key. So it's much secure, and why it is used, I already elaborated that it's used for security purposes. That's the major significance of PEM, and that I have covered already. And one thing, that it's basically used for your Linux and Unix web servers. It's not designed for your Windows server. So let's move on to the second question. That is your why do we use AWS3, and why can't we store files or images or your static content on EC2 instance? So your AWS S3 stands for your simple storage service, and so let me brief about it, that AWS bucket S3 simply stores your data. It is very easy, very scalable and fast, and also inexpensive. That's why it is used for storing your data. And on the other hand, EC2 is used for running your applications, or you can say running your servers across the cloud. That's the major difference between your S3 and EC2. EC2 stands for your Elastic Cloud Compute. EC2 is used for running your servers across the cloud, while S3 bucket stores your data. For your EC2, for the communication between two EC2 instances, or communication between EC2 and local infrastructure, we use S3 bucket. The replica of the data, S3 basically stores the replica of the data in EC2, of the replica of the data in the EC2. That is what I told, it is used for storing data. It's stored data. All the physical files are stored in your S3, while your coding instances are stored on your EC2. All the physical files, your static data, are stored in your S3. So what happens is it's a very and also, as EC2 is more expensive and more expensive, so only it is it's used for your it's used for your that servers, you can say it's used for running the means it's mechanism for running, it's a mechanism that is deployed for running for running the server smoothly. Means without deploying the server, then that all the previous mechanisms, then configuring it, then maintaining it, you can simply access the cloud servers easily by your EC2 instance, by creating your EC2 instance, then and making payment of it. But those we can say EC2 and S3 work in hand to hand. That I told that the replica of the data of EC2, your all this data physical files are stored in S3, and as I already mentioned, S3 is highly scalable, durable. S3 has achieved around 99.99 durability of data. Every backup is created of all the data. Almost all the data has their backup is created, and it's available in the locally to the infrastructure, you can say. So that was about your Amazon AWS S3 and EC2. Okay, so what is you can say in brief lines, or that EC2 facilitates your server, means you're running your server in the cloud easily via your AW interfaces. That is your EC2 instance purpose. And S3, as I already told, that it's used for storing your physical files. And so that was about that. AWS, I already covered about that, AWS S3 and EC2. So let's move on to the next question, that is, what are non-relational database, and what is the major difference between your relational database versus your NoSQL. So let me first brief about relational database. That is, your relational database is when your data is stored in form of tables, and the particular schema is maintained. That schema is your relationship between the tables and the fields that are the your any attribute of the table are called the rows, and columns are called the fields of the table. So a schema is maintained in the relational database, and when the data the data is stored in an organized manner. When data is stored in unorganized manner, non-organized manner, you can say unstructured data, you can say it as the non-relational database. Relational database is static, and non-relational database is dynamic. That is your non-relational database. And anything when data can be of any type, and so for storing those type of data, we need to we can customize our data. We need to customize our data model according to data type. For that, we use your NoSQL data type or non-relational data types. NoSQL means not only SQL. Means earlier in relational databases, we are using your SQL structured query language to store, retrieve, insert, delete any data from there. We were using SQL language. And in NoSQL database or your non-relational database, other than SQL also, we have different query languages like your MongoDB, etc. So that is the basic difference between your relational database and non-relational database. NoSQL is also a kind of non-relational database. So here in non-relational database, the data is not stored in tabular form. The data type in real world, your data can be of any type and of any size. So to deal with that, in the real world entities, the application relation, we need to have non-relational databases. As I already cited examples of them is like your MongoDB, different MongoDB etc. non-relational database. And coming to the relational database, your Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, this all PostgreSQL, these are all examples of your relational database. So that is the major difference between your relational database versus NoSQL. Whenever so let's proceed to the next question, that is how do we decide whether we should use relational database or NoSQL. This question is also related to the topic that I am discussing, that depending upon the data we can decide what we need to use. That whenever we have intensive read-write operation on your past data set, we can go for your relational database. Whenever the data, that means the data is fixed in size, so thereby we should go for your relational database. Whenever the data is in bigger set, you can say it's expanding exponentially, the data is not a fixed size, thereby we can go for non-relational database. And if the data fits into row and column, there we can use your relational database. If we are not sure about the data type and we don't know about the means, the data can be of any data type, there we should prefer your non-relational database. And as I already mentioned, that in real world in real world scenarios, in many situations it can be the data can be of any type, and we need to customize our data model according to the data type. So there we should use non-relational database. So that was all about the day 3 assignments. Thank you. Bye.